Hey y'all, it's Charity. Let's get into this favor box that I created for boys. This is super cute. You can use anything. Let's get right into how I made it. First, I came over to to Cricut, but it didn't give me the background removal effect that I wanted. So what you're about to see is me go through here and use the standard way with Cricut. First, you have to find your file. And then once you click it, boom, 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 then you're going to, well, for this particular image, I'm going to pick complex. If you were using like a black and white photo or something simple, you would govern yourself accordingly. So I'm going to click it. And of course, it's going to look like it does exactly what it needs to do. But you go to preview so that you can see. And in doing so, I see that I have a line going directly through my shoe. So I immediately kind of just, let's work on something different. So I'm going to jump into Photoshop really quick. And I have like a little brain fog for a moment on here, but I'm just going to open my file. There's no need to open a new canvas. Like, let's just open the file directly. And that's what I do eventually. So here I am again looking for my file. Quick access, if you didn't know, shows your most recent files with the activity basically. So if you can't find it, that's where I always go because I don't always remember exactly where I put something. Anywho, so at this point, I'm looking for the selection tool, which is right in front of my face, but I'm like, hey, let's give this lasso tool a try because honestly, there are multiple ways to do the same thing in Photoshop, but this is nothing that I'm used to. So pretty much don't mind my business right at this point. I finally decided to cancel and go back to what I know because I was tripping. Now, lasso tool does awesome things, but that's not what I'm here for. That's not what I'm trying to do. It's going to be the selection tool. I don't know why I'm going through the motions, but it's going to be the object selection tool, okay? Bloom, bloom, bloom. And boom, look how it pretty much does the work for me. So, I like to go to select and mask so I can get a good look at what's going on. Here you can change and edit. I don't know if you can tell with those brushes up there. And I think I am going to correct a little bit on here. Yeah, or not. So I'm going to bring up layers. And for this to work, you have to add a layer mask and boom, that's what I did. So we have a perfectly cropped photo. And at this point, this is where I'm going to save it and then insert it back into Cricut and for real deal start the project. Okay, this is me editing. But you see, that went too far. That would have been taking away too much of the heel. So you can adjust like you do with most brush settings and things of that nature. I will say this kind of has a little bit of an automatic function based on the size that you make your brush. So no worries, but file, save as, and here I'm going to use PNG as the type of file that I'm using. I was looking for save a copy because I think with my last update I had to do that, but either way, save as is fine. I'm going to pop down to PNG so that we will have a transparent background and boom. So at this point, we're ready to import into Cricut. And that's what's happening here. So I'm canceling this, going back, done, done, done. Click upload. So if you don't know how to do it, let's do it again. Upload image, browse. Then you're going to come find your file. For me, I like to use quick access so that I have quick access. How crazy. A name that does what it's supposed to do. Complex, that's going to make sure all of our colors come through. I'm just going to check the preview. Looks good to me. I'm going to move on. At this point, I'm going to save as a print then cut. You can always get your left image while actually inside a project, but you can never go from the left to the right. So always save your print then cut image. Okay. So, I don't know why I did that, but I really hadn't started anything, so nothing was messed up. I'm going to get a square as reference for the size of my box that I'm using. I think it's pretty much 4x4 inch boxes. And so that's what I use as my little marker, my guide or whatever. So I'm going to go to upload to import our image, and it's in recent uploads. I'm going to add. And then here, y'all, like normal, if you have a Cricut, there are limitations in the sizing. The absolute max is 9.25 by 6.75, I think, if I remember right. But either way, when you click on the error, like I have a little warning sign over there, you click on that, it's going to explain what's going on. That is, I guess, not a new update, but something that when I first had Cricut, I just was lost. But they give you these really helpful signs, and it's going to break it down. It's going to tell you the exact dimensions that you can use. Yeah. So a lot of times I come in a project and I immediately adjust to those dimensions because that's the best I could do. So with here, I just want to see my placement to see if this is something that I want to do. This was actually me doing this for the first time. And you know, let's just test something out. I'm really trying to work on more party stuff geared to boys, especially with the virus kind of picking up, or us hearing the virus is picking up. And I know there might be a lot of at-home events, so I'm trying to work on some things that are out of the box, but still make things fun. So this wasn't my first go at this. And I just really needed the rough, okay, map out of how it goes. As you, well, not as you see, well, if you remember the beginning clip, you really don't see the box at all if you're looking straight on. But obviously when you know, like, you can't hide it all. It's not an actual shoe. So yeah, that's that. And I am going to flip this so that I can do both sides, so that the box can be covered on both sides and it's going to look like a shoe. However, I will say, when you flip it, your Air Jordan logo or whatever you're working with is not going to do the right thing. You'll get the overall outline of the shoe, but your words will be backwards on your back side. So you're going to send to printer as I did and get to cutting. I'm going to show you again just in case you don't remember. But this is the part where you click use system dialog and it'll open your print settings. It takes mine a couple ages, well, a little while to load. But once you do that, you click your proper printing settings. I'm going to fast forward through this because it really doesn't matter. Like, your printer is going to be what you need to worry about, not my printer settings. But I use glossy paper, so I hit those settings, printed. And thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you're new here, I wouldn't mind if you subscribe. We're going in all 2022. Thanks for watching.